Hey everybody, welcome back to Champion Sons and our NCAA football series with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now we are in the top 20 as we continue our pathway through the Big 12 here, facing off against some new foes this go around in this episode with UCF is going to be first on the list. Now this one, before we get into that, we are going to go through and obviously handle off some of our recruiting visits that we have um, scheduled that are ready to go, like Mark Gordon, 64 overall DB. That's actually pretty decent. He has increased some, so I think he's got, trainability basically. Um, this is one of our last two home games that we have here in this first start of this episode against Central Florida. And that's a team we've never played before. So really they're kind of on a down season compared to what they were in the past. I say past as in like 3 years ago, but we're pretty much on the rise. They're on the downfall. This game shouldn't be too difficult. We have some good visits coming up in this one. I kept a lot of my major visits for the next home game against TCU, but I think we could probably snatch up some good recruits if we can put out a good performance. That's what it's going to be. If we come out and lay an egg and lose to Central Florida, then we are going to have some serious issues recruiting wise. Now, just finishing off some scouting, trying to get these guys brought up. You can see which ones are dropping down there. Jamal Harrell. Christian Carr increased 4 overall. That's a pretty good little stat line right there. Once again, it shows he can develop pretty quick and easy. Now, we're only trailing SMU by 25 points, so naturally I just add 30 points to the recruiting, which should help push us over the top for him. Robert Hall, 56. Jamal Cowan, 58 over. Yeah, we have the lead on them. They're not exactly guys that I truly want. As you notice, I haven't actually offered them a scholarship yet. One thing I have noticed with when you start looking at 3-star, 4-star recruits is the higher the star, the more they can actually develop over time. So keeping that in mind, we try to keep the star rating. The scholarship offers to start are going to be in the higher star rated guys, like Trey Williams there, 72 overall, free safety. Add some more points to him. Try to get him to commit to our school, and hopefully this game can help us do that. So we're going to get ready here to kick off against Central Florida in Lubbock, Texas. Here, this is the first time we've ever played the Golden Knights from Florida. We are leading the Big 12 South right now. We're number 19. Although I don't know how they haven't put West Virginia ahead of us technically, because we're both undefeated in the conference, 6-1 overall. West Virginia is 14th. We are in the top 20 though, so we have cracked the top 20. That took us forever before. Right now, halfway through the season, top 20 team, looking to continue our winning ways. And this is really what this season has kind of come down to, with Texas and OU no longer being a part of the Big 12, the expansion happening, bringing in some of these other teams. When you split it up into two conferences, like we don't play Cincinnati this season, which is good for the regular season because they're a tough beat. So a lot of the teams we are playing from the Big 12 North tend to be some of the worse off teams, and the Big 12 South teams like Central Florida. So it takes them a little bit to adjust to being in a bigger conference than where they came from. So this year it is down for them, and hopefully we can take advantage. As we're going to jump into this one at about 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. We do have possession. Now remember, we lost our quarterback for the season in the last episode, so we do have Holt and Kennedy, which will be sharing time as we continue to give these guys a couple tryouts and see what they can pull off. And Holt, with that first pass, with his first part of the drive, comes up 2 for 2, 26 yards, not too bad of a start. Now, Kennedy's going to be in on the shotgun right here, and he fires it to the right side. He's got Carey, our tight end, on that little, looks like a little corner route for 16 yards. Chris Carey, 2 receptions, 31 yards. And a pretty good start for him early in this one, getting some space right there, having some additional speed, using his size to block out the linebacker from being able to make a play on that ball. That is just good football IQ right there. And it gives us a 1st and 10. Now we are at the 10-yard line, which is weird. It says it probably should be 1st and goal because I don't see that we can actually make a first down. but we'll see what happens. Holt is in. He hands it off to Poole up the middle, lowering his shoulder. Brian Poole picks up 8 yards and gets us down to about the 2-yard line. He's got 18 yards on 2 rushes, averaging 9 yards per carry. And if he can keep that up for the rest of this game, I think we'll be in pretty good hands. So 7 minutes to go in the first, Kennedy is going to be in the shotgun formation. As a little bit of option, handoff to Poole up the middle, and they read it perfectly. Kennedy handed it off, which was the smarter move to make. But they just came blasting through that line and got the penetration and were able to take it over from us. So now 3rd and 2 here from the 2-yard line. Holt is going to be in this time in the shotgun formation with 2 tight ends to the right side. Holt has the snap, fires it over, and Chris Carey is going to come down at the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Dominic Holt to Carey. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Get your guns up, ladies and gentlemen. We have just taken the lead in this one. And here, after this extra point, it is going to be 7-0. Our opening drive of the game, we get the touchdown. You got to love seeing that from your offense. So let's take a look at some scores from around the nation. Number 3, Oregon loses big to USC. No, not a whole lot of defense in that game, 35-47. That was a pretty rough one. The quarterback for SC, Jones, has 7 touchdowns on 471 pass yards. That's kind of impressive. And looking at some other scores, TCU does beat Oklahoma State 48-41. Now, Kansas State's beating Cincinnati right now, pretty early in the first there, and Texas did lose to Tennessee. So Tennessee, our alma mater, looking like they're trying to climb back up. I believe they were a top 20 team as well. Maybe it'll be interesting to see if we face them in a bowl game or something. But until then, Poole takes that handoff, and he's going to take a big 16-yard chunk out of that play as he gets down the field onto the other side of the 50 for us. We got to get to a big-time bowl game to play some big-time teams. This is the way we do it, by hammering it down the other team's throat. Our defense kind of faltered right there on their first drive and gave up a touchdown. So the score is tied 7-7, but our offense, one thing we've done is respond all season, and we're going to do it again as Chad McMillan comes down with that 11-yard reception, giving him 22 yards on the day with only 2 catches. Holt is perfect, 5 for 5 with a touchdown and 57 yards. So you got to love seeing that from your young quarterback. Once again, these 2 kids, Holt and Kennedy, are playing fantastic for us. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season shapes out. Now, Kennedy drops back. He fires that one, and that's almost intercepted. Tyrone Randall knocked that one down for Central Florida. And lucky we did not get that one intercepted. That came really close to going the other way. So Kennedy escapes with that one and with just an incomplete pass, and that makes it 2nd and 10. As Kennedy is going to remain in the game, we come to the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. We send Poole in motion, drop it off to Poole in the flat. He's going to cut forward, makes a man miss, and kind of gets brought down after a gain about 5 yards there at around the 13-yard line. And that will make 3rd and 5. That was Brian Poole's first reception of the day, as that went for the 5 yards. And we're actually going to be placed at the 14. 3rd and 5 from the 14-yard line. Kennedy is 2 for 4 on the day for 21 yards. So Holt comes back in the game, and he's going to be under center this time. Got to see their versatility. Fires it over the middle. McMillan brought down at about the 3-yard line. On that slant pattern, he got into some space, and got to give Holt credit for that one. Finding him right there in between the zone, getting the good pass off, and the catch by McMillan, and getting the extra additional yards. So Dominic Holt is 6 for 6. But we will bring Kennedy back in to give him his shot. And the shotgun formation, drops back, fires it over the middle. That's going to be cut touchdown Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Kennedy to Kyle Jones over the middle. That's going to give us 2 touchdowns in 2 drives as we continue to be an offensive force in college football this season. Now here come the Central Florida Golden Knights, but our defense has got something to say. We failed our team on the first drive, allowing them to score a touchdown. So here we are now, the second offensive drive by this Golden Knights, and we're going to come busting through to bring them down for a sack. Big time play. 2nd and 17 is where we are after that one. You got to love seeing that play from your defensive lineman right there. That's a big step up for these young kids, and seeing them come through pretty well. It's really paying off for us, actually. So now 2nd and 17 for the Knights as they come out under center on this one, trailing 14-7. McDaniel hands it off to Woods. He's got space to the right side, makes a couple guys miss, and is finally brought down after a gain of 12 yards. Got a lot more on a second and 17 than I'd like to give up. But picks up decent enough, and that still leaves them with a 3rd and 6. So a 3rd and medium amount, not quite 3rd and long. We want to come through a little bit better on that, but 3rd and medium is still pretty much doable for a defense. So they're going to come out in the shotgun 4 wide, as McDaniel is going to be alone in the backfield with his running back. Has the snap, scans over, drops it off to Woods. He's tackled early. He had to drop that one off quick. The pressure got to him. Our defensive line is coming up big, and Woods will be dropped actually for a 1-yard loss. He had to come back to catch that one, and he gets tackled for a loss right there. Gotta love seeing that play from our linebackers and our defensive line getting the pressure causing that one. Now, we would not be able to do anything with it offensively, so we did have to punt it away. And here come the Golden Knights back from the 3-yard line, trying to make something happen on a 2nd and 8. McDaniel under center, hands it to Woods, who's going to lower his shoulder, and he gets brought down after a gain of 7. Right up the gut. Physical running play on that one. Good defense. I mean, we hit him early, but he's just powerful young kid and actually picked up 7 yards. So 3rd and 1 is where we have them right now. They are 1 for 2 on 3rd downs on the day. Now McDaniel's going to come out under center. 2 tight ends set. He's got Woods in the backfield. Hands it off to Woods to the left. He's going to be stuffed and brought down for a loss. Big time play by this defense. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. Oh baby. The linebackers and the defensive backs came swarming through. There was nowhere for him to go. We're talking defense, cornerbacks, and our safeties came blasting through, brought him down, and that's going to bring up a 4th down with just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Now, they are going to have to punt this one over to Rivas, who's had some good punt returns this season, but needing another one out of him. As he's up the middle, cuts it back to the left, and he fumbles it. It looked like we hit the lateral button on accident, but I can say this. That probably is more of a glitch on the controller, but hey, it is what it is. It's a turnover. We blew it. Had a good opportunity at a return. Rivas fumbles it, and now here come the Golden Knights back with possession, with momentum. Ball at the 38-yard line, and this Red Raider defense is back on the field. As they come out 3 wide, McDaniel under center has a snap. We bring pressure again, and he releases, and that's going to be picked off by White at the 35. He's down the left sideline at the 40, all the way to the 30, the 20. Can't he get it there at the last second? And he's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 2-yard line. You've got to be kidding me. 2 yards away from the pick six. Corey White getting the interception. McDaniel's only thrown 4 passes. He had 3 of them completed before that one, and White steps in and takes it away. Just a split second of speed faster. He may have been able to get that one in, but got to give Woods credit for Golden Knights pushing him out of bounds at about the 2.5-yard line. So 2 minutes to go after that interception. Kennedy's on the field. Hands it off to Poole up the middle. Touchdown, Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Right up the gut. Untouched until we got into the end zone, and a little bit of a late hit there, but I'm not going to complain too much about it, as that gives us a lead. Now, extending actually on it, we were ahead 14-7. This one will make us ahead 21-7. Quick turnaround after that interception. Gotta love seeing it. So let's take a look at another little scoring update as Cincinnati has taken the lead over Kansas State 17-10, 11 seconds remaining in the first half, but that is still one we need to keep a watch on. That has big-time implications for possible Big 12 title game. So now leading 21-10 with 33 seconds left here in the half. We're going to try to make something happen with the little time that we have left because we do still have the timeouts. And big pass plays like that are going to definitely help us out coming up over the middle on that one. Now remember, the clock stops on a first down. So until they get the chain set. So we don't have to use all our timeouts right then. We did, and look at Dominic Holt coming in at 13 for 13 in this first half. It's an impressive performance by him. Kennedy lays up another egg. Now, Kennedy is our freshman. Holt is our sophomore. Kennedy's 3 for 6 for 25 yards. Holt is 13 for 13. Is that the plays or is that the player? I don't know. Some of these throws I've seen Kennedy attempt to make, it seems to be more of the player and the decision-making. Holt seems to be just a little bit step ahead on that one. So 2nd and 10 now. 25 seconds remaining. Holt fires that over them. Kyle Jones, big time catch all the way down to about the 25-yard line. Right over the middle. Kyle Jones went 29 yards to the 25. And we talked about risky throws, but he threw Jones open on that play. He was covered, but threw him open, and he's able to get that extra step. So now Kennedy's back in with another opportunity. 18 seconds remaining. Fires it over the middle, and once again, almost intercepted. Kennedy is getting lucky here. He's now 3 for 7, 25 yards. Man, I want to keep giving them a fair shot. Kennedy's making the argument that I shouldn't. But we'll see how things go. Holt is going to be back in the game now. 21-10 is the score. 15 seconds remaining in the half. Holt fires it over the middle. He's got Sparks. Big time reception for 18 yards. Hunter Sparks, one of our new tight ends, coming in and that is playing incredibly well here, for a new piece of this Red Raider offense. Now we use our final timeout there, stop it with 11 seconds as we are continuing to push in a pistol formation. Holt, play action, rolls out to the right. He fires it over the middle. That's going to be almost caught and then dropped at the last second. That was a close one. Great play by that defense, but it leaves 6 seconds remaining here in the first half. That's enough time, I think, to get off one more play before we absolutely have to kick a field goal, as long as we throw it pretty quick. And so we are going to come in now with the 4 wide, a shotgun formation. Kennedy is in this time. See if we can power it in with his arm. He drops back, fires it over the left side. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Matt Herman, 7 yards. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Kennedy just hammered that one in. He does have an arm. He definitely has the strength over Holt, I think. But, man, he makes some risky throws. That was another one that just ended up paying off for him. Herman, consistent veteran for us, coming through making that catch. Now that would give us a lead 28-10 at half. And so here we are now, first possession of the second half, about 8.5 minutes ago. Holt drops back, fires it over the middle, tries to give Herman an opportunity to get on Sports Center, and Herman just can't come through with it. A difficult diving catch is what he was going for right there. So now 2nd and 10. We are at about the 20-yard line, give or take. Kennedy is going to be back in as he hands it off to Poole to the left side, who's got blocking, has a hole. Poole breaking tackles. Brian Poole down the left sideline at the 40, down to the 30, 20. He's going to score a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Brian Poole, 80 yards. Get your guns up, Lubbock. It is time to hammer this one home, as that blocking was just perfect as Poole breaks the one tackle he needed to, and then it's just pure speed. And look at Kyle Jones running down the field with him, continuing to be able to block guys there from catching up as we get that touchdown, and that will help us extend this lead out to be something far unreachable for the Golden Knights. So we will blow them out 49-10, right? We had put up 2 additional touchdowns in garbage time. Some of the backups got their opportunity to play. First time playing the Golden Knights. They're, like I said, they're on a down year, so can't take it too much for what it is, right? But when you have guys like Holt playing out of their shoes, it doesn't matter who you're up against, it's going to be difficult to stop you. Okay, it just is. And that's kind of how things roll for us here in this one. UCF, welcome to the Big 12. You get blown out by 39 points right there. Their first trip to Lubbock, so we'll have many more matchups against them going forward. See how this shapes out. Maybe we can have a rivalry. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So big time win for us. Now that makes us 7-1 on the season. Puts us in a good spot coming up into our final set of games here. And really, I think our biggest thing that we need to do is continue to focus on winning the Big 12 South, right? We got to get into the Big 12 title game. Not sure who we're going to play. It kind of depends on how that whole Kansas State-Cincinnati game worked out. But that's the only way we're getting into any type of championship scenario, is we are going to have to pull off some big wins and win a conference title, which is something we haven't done before with Texas and OU in the Big 12, and before, even when A&M was in the Big 12, it made it pretty difficult of a gauntlet to run through. So they backed out. Now we have to take advantage. After that win, you'll notice, normally you'd expect to move up like 3 or 4 spots after a 39-point win at home, but no. We move up 1 spot. And now we're going to be playing Houston here, kind of an older matchup from the old Southwest Conference. An old rivalry there, and I think this one could work out to be a pretty good one. Once again, before we do it, we're going to check out some of the scouting that we have. We got 5 guys ready for a visit here. Now, Nick Breedlove, he's an interesting guy. Pretty medium overall wide receiver, but we are going to get him in to visit. He's got definite potential. Same thing with Danny Broussard, a 66 overall linebacker. He dropped down to 65 after we finally fully scouted him. It's still an increase of 4, which is, meaning he started out at 61. So I think he would still end up being a pretty good pickup for us, especially at the outside linebacker spot. We are going to end up needing some linebacker work coming up. We do have a lot of seniors and stuff in there that we're going to have to replace at some point, so we definitely need to look to bringing on some of these guys. Now we have some of the lower rated dudes, Slade Weatherford and Sean Mitchell, both 56 and 54 overall respectively. They're ready for a visit. I'm not going to stress about having these guys come in during big-time games, so we are going to schedule them for a bye week. Now, yeah, it's week 15. It's at the end of the season, which technically gives us the biggest boost possible, but so be it. I'm not going to worry about it. These kids I haven't offered a scholarship to yet, and in all reality, I'm not really planning on it. So we'll kind of see how things go with them from there. Now, looking at who we are still in a battle with, Steve Walter, 75. We're trailing by 385 points. Not sure when that 500 recruiting points we have is going to kick in, but, these are 3 guys we're in a battle with. We got definite potential. We just have to continue to play well. And hopefully we can do that. Coming up against the University of Houston, they no longer have Herman because he was fired from Texas. So I think Houston is going to be an easier beat than what they would have been before. And if you look there at the bottom of the Big 12 South, right there with Central Florida, Houston is 3-3 in the conference and 4-5 on the season overall. So we should be able to come out with the victory out of this one. Now, West Virginia looks like they did drop a game as a non-conference game, but they still dropped one, and they dropped down to only number 20. They went from 14 to 20. We went from 19 to 18 after a 39-point win. So take that for what it is. Hopefully, if we can step up big against Houston here, this will give us even more of an argument to be higher rated than what they have us at. And so it'll be a tougher road game. It is a trap game for sure. It is not something we need to take for granted. Coming in here to Houston, they have been known to beat teams. Like I said, granted, that was when Tom Herman was there, and he was kind of nicknamed Big Game Herman. But we still can't rest easy on these guys. So we're going to start out the possession ball here in the first quarter, 7.5 minutes ago. Holt is in there all by himself in the backfield. They bring some pressure, and we're going to loft that one up. And Holt this time having some questionable decisions on that one. Thought we could actually get it over him, but doesn't really have the arm. And I'll say Kennedy definitely has a stronger arm than Holt, but Holt just seems to make some better decisions, right? I said I won't make a final decision until we get to the bowl game. So everything is just pure evaluation from here. Now we do hand that one off to Brian Poole. He's only going to pick up 3 yards coming off the right side. Houston looks to be playing pretty dang tough in this one, which is to be expected. We are on the road. So we definitely got a little bit of a fight happening right now. 3rd and 7 now. We're going to come out in a shotgun formation. Holt is in at quarterback. He's got Poole in the backfield. Has a snap. Fires it over to Herman, who's going to get hit and dropped for only a gain of 6. Matt Herman only got 6 yards out of the 7 that was needed. But 4th and 1 in Houston, you think we're going to settle for a field goal? Hell no. We're the Red Raiders. We're going for it. 4th and 1. Holt with the option. Takes the hit. Breaks the tackle. Holt to the left outside to the 15, 10, 5. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. 35-yard run for Devontae Holt. Get your guns up, Lubbock. That was a big time, big boy run right there. That is how a man runs the football. Taking the hit, bouncing off of him, and continuing to fight forward. Now, that would give us a 7-0 lead. Houston would come right back at us on a legit, one big pass play, just a failure in our safeties, and they tie the game up at 7. So here we are now on our second drive. Tie ball game, 7-7. Told you we can't sleep on them. And right now we're trying not to. Holt with another option carry to the left side. Tries to spin it back in, and on that 2nd and 8, he picks up 4 yards to bring it to a 3rd and 4. Now, Holt coming through for us so far this season with his opportunities. And we're going to give him another one here on a 3rd and 4 as we go 4 wide. Holt drops back, fires it over to the left side. Sparks, who takes a hit, bounces off of him, but doesn't regain his footing and doesn't pick up the first down. That's only 3 yards. That's going to bring up 4th and 1 now from about the 25-yard line. So we're going to come out in a pistol formation. 3 wide receivers with Sparks in the slot. And at the Pool up the middle, he's going to lower his shoulder. He picks up 6 yards on that one. That's going to give us a first down right there. So brand new set of downs inside the red zone all the way to the 19 as we get under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And look at that, Brian Poole, it's been a little bit of a sluggish game for him today. As we run a little bit of play action, drop that one off to Herman, who's going to make the catch surprisingly on that one. Herman, 8-yard reception. But Poole, he's only got 3 rushes for 11 yards. They have pretty well contained this rushing attack with the exception of Holt busting it out after breaking that tackle on the option. Now this time, Kennedy gets his turn at the option, and he's going to pick up only about 3 yards, but that's all we needed. We didn't need a touchdown on that play. We needed a first down, and that's what Kennedy got us on that one. So here comes Holt back into the game, into the pistol formation. 4 wide, has the snap, scans over the field. Houston brings some pressure, fires it over the middle. It's going to be caught for the touchdown, Kyle Jones. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Holt to Jones on that slant pattern. He got around his defender, and Holt fired that one in there. I'll admit, I'm not used to seeing arm strength like that from Holt, but he put it on display right there, firing that one in, getting it to Jones in the spot safely as he comes down with the catch and makes it 14-7 here. Now on our next offensive drive after we stopped Houston, we have a 3rd and 7 here. Holt fires it to McMillan down the right side. He's got some speed. Chad McMillan at the 20, 10, and he's brought down just at the 10-yard line. Chad McMillan, 66 yards. Holt is 8 for 11 with 135 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown and his 1 rushing touchdown. He seems to be making a statement that he wants to be our starting quarterback going forward. So Holt will remain in the game on this one. Pistol formation now as we run a little bit of an option keeper up the middle. Holt follows his blockers into the end zone. Touchdown Tech. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Dominic Holt with his 3rd touchdown of the day. His name is Dominic, but we might as well just call him Dominate because that is what he is doing to this Houston Cougars defense right now, picking them apart on the ground and through the air. Now we're going to jump ahead to the 3rd quarter where we are leading 28-14. Holt is going to be in a pistol formation. He hands it off to Poole right up the middle, follows his blocker. Poole, no one in front of him, and finally they catch up to him and bring him down at the 22-yard line. Looking for a spot to break open all day. One finally does here 8 minutes ago in the 3rd quarter. Brian Poole picks up about 20-something yards on that one, and that gets us down to the 22-yard line here of the Cougars side of the field. So we come back to it. Shotgun formation, 4 wide. Poole in the backfield. Holt hands it off to Poole to the right side. He's got space. Makes a cut, makes a man miss, and is finally brought down after gaining about 11 yards on there. Brian Poole, 9 rushes for 65 yards. He has been held out of the end zone all day today. So here we come back, pistol formation. Holt still in at quarterback. Run a little bit of a play action, drops back, fires it, and that's going to be almost intercepted. That was a stupid decision right there. Probably should have run that one in. Dominic Holt, 9 of 13 for 143 yards and a touchdown. I do want to see some more passing from him. He's been on point for the most part. We don't see a whole lot of bad decisions, but that was one of them. Now Kennedy this time fires it over the middle to Sparks. Kennedy in for the touchdown. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Jeff Kennedy now trying to put on a perfect day at 5 for 5 passing. And he hits Sparks right over the middle inside a tight zone, and he takes it the rest of the way into the end zone. So now Holt, as they continue this quarterback battle, Holt's going to be hitting as he tries to release that one. Thankfully, it wasn't counted as a fumble, but it came close to it. Now we are leading 35-17. We're in the 4th quarter now, just under 10 minutes to go. we should pretty well have this thing sealed up, especially if we can get one more score in. Now, Holt is going to be in. We got a shotgun 4 wide. He gets the snap, scans over the field, fires it deep, and just completely overthrows him. That actually was probably a smarter play. We didn't have anybody open. No point in forcing it in. So just heave it down deep into the back of the end zone. I can deal with that. 3rd and 10. Kennedy's going to step up now, 4 wide with Carey in the slot formation. He fires it over to Carey to the right side, and that's going to pick up about 15 yards. Kennedy put that one on point. That's what I'm talking about when I say arm strength. He can hit those on a line and get it there before any defender has a chance. Kennedy, 7 of 7 on the day, looking pretty good. I mean, both of these guys, these are 2 amazing games that we've had from both our quarterbacks so far. Holt in the last game, Kennedy in this one. He's still going to be in for this play. A little bit of play action now. Fires it to the right side. That's going to be caught for a touchdown. Kennedy to Jones. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Lubbock, get your guns up on that one, and you can hold up 2 of them because you've got 2 gunslingers back there in the quarterback position as Kennedy nails that one into the tightest of areas to hit Kyle Jones into the end zone. All right, and that was a big-time play. Now here come our defense basically on the ensuing drive by the Houston offense as they drop that one off for an option, and that's going to be stopped pretty quick. 3rd and 16 is where they are at. Now we lead by 25 points, right? This is definitely a 4-score game. 3 touchdowns with extra points only gives you 24. We lead by 25. So this one should be pretty well sealed up, but we do need to make sure we have that with a defensive stop here on a 3rd and 16. Now, this Cougars offense, they get the snap. Cook has the pass, or has the ball and throws it forward. He's going to get stood up after a gain of about 15 yards. Rivers actually only got 14 yards on that one. Rivers for Houston has got 5 receptions for 64 yards. He's had a pretty good day finding in those spots in those zones. To be fair, we've kind of let him do that some. It hasn't been the best defensive day for us, but now we need a big-time stop. 4th and 2. Cook hands it. No, he doesn't toss it. He kept it, and that's going to be a turnover. Cook stopped for a 3-yard loss. Our defense comes up big time. Who was that? Singletary came blasting through the line, and is going to bring him down for a sack. Or not for a sack, but stops him on the option keeper. And that would basically seal the deal for this game. Having that one stop right there. We're able to take possession and literally run the clock out from there. Now, Holt would get player of the game, 10 of 16, 163 yards. And 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, it looked like. Player of the game there, Kennedy, I think, played excellent also. You can't discount what that kid did as well. Now, Holt stepped up big time. And, one thing we hadn't seen from him is the ability to run the option all that much. But right there, he showed it to us that he has those types of chops to be able to pull that one off. So, big-time plays by our offense. Big-time win by this team as we continue to push up to 8-1 on the season at this point. So in the next episode, we should finish off the regular season and see what happens to us in the bowl game area or even a Big 12 title game if we get that shot. Can't counter chicken before they hatch. You know what I mean? So got to keep pushing forward, keep moving. And this will be definitely an interesting season to see how it finishes out. Now, that does remind me, if you have not hit the subscribe button, definitely go ahead and hit that button for us. And if you did like today's video, you like the Red Raiders, or you like college football in general, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel. And we definitely appreciate everything that y'all do for us here at Champ & Sons Gaming. Now, with that in mind, I will see y'all in the next episode, which should be the regular season finale episode. And so until then, everybody, stay safe. And, well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.